Cool down stretches are extremely important after a workout, so we're going to stretch our muscles to bring them back to resting length and kickstart our recovery. We're going to start with a hamstring stretch, so we're going to keep our feet planted on the ground, just bend down, hinging at the hip, and just touch the toes. We're going to hold that for 30 seconds while taking some deep breaths. Moving on to a quad stretch, we're just going to get down on one knee, put your weight and find your balance on your front foot, and pull the back foot up. Holding on to that foot for 30 seconds and you'll feel the stretch in that quad muscle. Taking some deep breaths. Switching sides, you're going to find your balance with your front foot, pull your other foot up and hold that for 30 seconds while taking some deep breaths. Going to move into a cobra stretch. This one will stretch our abs. Going to put your hands by your chest and push straight up, holding that stretch for 30 seconds while taking some deep breaths. Try to keep your hip bones on the ground. From here we'll move into a cat stretch. This will stretch your upper back and your shoulders. Now just sitting back on our bum, we're going to do an upper body and lower body stretch. This is also going to stretch the hamstrings and our lat muscles. So sitting with our legs in a V shape, you're going to take your left hand and use that to touch your left foot. And you're going to bring your other arm over and just hold that for 30 seconds while taking some deep breaths. Now repeat for the other side and hold for another 30 seconds. Moving into a butterfly pose, we're going to remain sitting on the floor. We'll pop the soles of our feet together, allowing our knees to fall open. Lengthen your spine and fold forward from your hips. Allow your head to hang heavy. You can keep your hands on your feet or pop them in front of you. To stretch our glute muscles, we're going to lie on our back with our knees bent and feet planted. Cross one foot over the other and bring that knee back, just holding on to the knee for 30 seconds. Swapping over, so you're going to bring that foot, cross it over that knee, bring that knee forward and just holding on for 30 seconds while taking some deep breaths. You'll feel that stretch just within the glute muscle. Another one to stretch the lats. You're going to bring your arms up over your head and cross your hands over, bending to one side like a banana, and you'll feel that stretch within your lat muscle. Crossing hands and stretching the other side, holding for another 30 seconds and deep breaths. To stretch our pecs, we're going to put our hands behind our back and pull the hands towards the floor, opening the chest muscles, holding for 30 seconds and deep breaths. To finish off, we're going to do another upper body stretch, so we're just going to give ourselves a big hug over our chest and fold our bodies down. You'll feel the stretch in your upper back, and we're just going to hold it again for another 30 seconds. That's all we have for today. Thank you so much for letting me guide you through your cool down stretch. I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you next time.